Hey guys, welcome back. It's Dot. Wow, I released that video about the upcoming Dotoran's World 2 and got major acclaim. You guys were hopping. Everybody wants to get in. That is incredibly awesome. Unfortunately, I didn't think there were that many that would be so interested in it. The original Dotoran's World only had the 12 plots that were right around spawn. But because they maxed out almost immediately and I still had players that wanted in, I decided to do a little upgrading and expand out one more notch. So we now actually have 32 plots, 30 of which are available for players to join. The D is going to represent where I live, and the P is going to be the public area for access to this ravine and hidden mines that are down there as well. So what I would like to do in this video is share a little bit of information about each of the plots that are currently available. At the end of the video, I'll pop up a map similar to this one that has names of players that have already stated they would be interested in obtaining a particular plot. But after visiting this video or watching this video, if they would like to upgrade or change to a different plot, I can make that happen. So far, I'm still planning on making Dotoran's World 2 go live sometime Tuesday evening right before Thanksgiving. All right, so let's take a quick look at each of the plots. We'll start up here in plot number 1, which is closest to this diamond beacon, and we'll work our way around the outside. Then we'll come in to my area and we'll flip through the inner ones so everybody can get a chance to see what all 30 plots have to offer. All right, so give me a second to switch over to Minecraft. I'll see you there. Hey guys, welcome back. So as you see, we've got the diamond beacon up there, and I'm in fly mode, and I'm just going to see if we can't center this above that plot number 1. This is the farthest northwest corner. Please don't refer to the plots by northwest, southeast, etc., because we've got so many. So please refer to them by plot number. Now I think for ease, I'm just going to kind of stay at this elevation and move around sideways to see what we can get. All right, so this is plot number 1, and everything inside of that fence you see of goodies, including the fence of goodies, is yours. So if you remember, I am giving you a ton of stuff to get you started. And all of the stuff that is on your fence, you can take and keep. Please don't take anything that is not on or in your chunk of land unless you're making use of one of the public gardens. Feel free to go beyond the safe zone and get any additional resources you might need. Well, this is plot 1. And who knows, maybe those 2 pigs will stick around and you'll even get some pigs to get you started. But as you see, this one it's a little bit hilly. It's got a bunch of trees. I do see at least one of them is a birch. Maybe 2 of them are birches, or even 3 of them by the looks of the leaves. So you do got a head start on some of the wood. I don't see anything extra on this one, though. So that's plot 1. All right, let's come a little sideways and we'll look at plot 2. This is number 2, again, the north heading towards the east. And this is plot 2, which has sort of got 2 opposing hills in the opposite corners. So that has some interesting possibilities. Maybe 2 small houses on those that lead down into something in the middle, like a pond or something. I don't know. I mean, think of it like Michelangelo. Look at what the possibilities of the land are before you pick. You know, look at what is already given to you and see if it pops any ideas into your head. Well, I see what appears to be 4 pigs. And on this one, I do want to come down because I think, yeah, this one has something interesting. So we're going to come down here, and where that 1 pig was, there's something interesting in this plot of land. This one And I'm not going to go down, but it has, maybe I can get over here, it has a natural shaft that goes all the way to lava. I never did a check on what the Y value is, but it is quite far down. So maybe for an experienced builder, this would be an awesome place to create a little, a safe water drop, or a, one of those elevators based on mine carts or something, as a quick way out. But that's a possibility for you guys. All right, so we're going to zoom back up again, and I'll zoom out again. That was plot 2. All right, and I want to make sure that we stay with the fence in the background. You can see Mr. Zombie and Mr. Skeleton over there playing with Mr. Pig. That fence back there is what's keeping the bad guys out, and we'll look at that at the end of the video. All right, let's move on to plot 3. Plot 3 is definitely one of the more hillier plots. Doesn't have any hidden pieces, little caves or anything like that. But it's got a nice chunk of wood. This one's got the nice hill at the back end of the lot, so possibly you could flatten that out at the top of the hill and then swoop down and have a nice view down at the center of town or something like that. Who knows? That's plot 3. All right, let's come over to plot 4. All right, again, this is interesting because look at that lower left of this plot, plot 4. That's all flat already. So that could be prime for building something right there. And then you've got possibilities for those 2 little dip areas, maybe for, the start of a branch mine, or for a little pond or a swimming pool or something. And then something in the back there that's a little on the raised side too. So there's some possibilities with that one. All right, that's plot 4. Let's take a look at plot 5. Plot 5 is one of 2 of the plots that have exposure to some lava. Now, plot 5 and plot 6 share a sidewalk, and you'll see where that green sidewalk cuts through it. And I actually had to use cobble under the green wool to keep everything safe. So this is plot 5, and it doesn't have a lot of lava. Those are 3 blocks that you can see visible there. It may go deeper than 1 block of lava, and when I put the cobble down for the pathway, I only put 1 layer of cobble, so there might be lava that goes under the sidewalk as well. So there's some slight possibilities in there for you guys for lava. Looks fairly flat, and a couple trees to get you going. All right, come over here to plot 6, and this is the one that gives you the most lava. You can actually see the lava there, and then there's a small hole slightly above and to the left of the visible lava, and there's even lava in there. So you've got some possibilities for doing things with lava right there. And again, those 3 blocks of iron that I'm giving you, you can turn into iron ingots and make buckets and grab the lava that way. Lava is great in a furnace. I believe they say that 1 bucket of lava will let you smelt 64 items. So there's a possibility for a use of it right there. And this plot 6 is located in the farthest northeast corner of Dotoran City, next to that emerald beacon that you see up there. All right, we're going to start heading south now, and this is going to be plot 7. Plot 7 is one of a couple that we have that has a bit of water to play around with. I mean, look at that. That is an incredibly awesome possibility for a little natural pond with even sand right there to create a beach out of, as well as some high areas that you could put, a house into, maybe with a deck of glass that ran over the water or something like that. Who knows? But that's an interesting plot too. That was number 7. Heading south again to number 8. Another one that's got water. And this one's kind of interesting. It's going to need a little bit of flattening out because the hills are kind of rough and wild there, unless you've got, some possibilities there. Looks like you got a birch tree and a couple of oaks. But the water in this one is interesting. there is a little cave that actually leads underneath the sidewalk at the north, um, heading up into this plot number 7. So it's possibly that 7 and 8, this is number 8 right here, could share. Maybe two friends could buddy up, and it's possible. I can't remember if the little cave actually runs from that sandy water where that pig is underneath and over to the little natural pond in the plot above it. I don't know. You'll have to do some exploring in there. But that's what that is. That was plot number 8. All right. This is plot number 9. Plot number 9 sits directly north of the ravine that we'll see in a second. By itself, it doesn't have any access to the ravine. But that little area of grass in the lower right corner sits right atop the ravine. So if you were to dig right down through there, you would have access to the ravine. And to the right of it, outside of the protective fence, you can actually see a bit of the ravine that's already out there. Looks like you got a couple of birches and some oaks to get you started in there as well. Now, if we head south, we're going to come to, this is the public access to the ravine. Okay, no one can live on this land, but look at the massive ravine in there. And you'll even notice up there in the north the bridges that are part of one of 2 hidden mines that I found down there. There's some water and some lava down there as well. You can't really see the lava, but it is down there. And there are entrances in here from, I wanted to say all 4 sides, but I don't think it is on the west, so maybe I'll toss an entrance in there on the west. But in the lower left, there's an entrance. In the top center, there's an entrance. And in the bottom right, there's an entrance. All to get you into that ravine. And you got to be careful. I lit it up a little bit at the bottom, on the bottom left area. But that whole top area is totally natural ravine. So you're going to have to be careful in there. All right. Now, again, no one can live on that plot. Just south of that is the most southern or southeastern plot, and this is plot 10. And this one has no trees, so you'll have to go into town and hit one of those tree farms to access this one. But what's interesting here is the upper left corner. See where the bed is? And just to the right of it, you see a little hole, like a vertical rectangular hole. That's actually a little staircase that leads down into the ravine. So this particular plot has its own access to the ravine. You can clean it up. I did notice that there were some creepers and zombies coming up out of that hole even after I lit everything up here with the torches. So this is why down below in this area I tossed a bunch of torches to hopefully keep the bad guys down there from coming up top. And this one is the one located closest to the iron beacon in the southeast corner. Again, this is plot 10. All right, we're going to start heading west now. This is plot 11 right here. Fairly flat, a bunch of, not a bunch, but a bit of sand and water to get you started as well. That water, unfortunately, does not go underneath. It just ends right there. If you get a bucket, you can grab some water and you can expand that out. Like I see a little cut area there right above that that's kind of grassy. It's possible you could maybe dig that out and create that whole bottom area down there as water, and create something up at the top part of it. Who knows? But that's a possibility as well. Again, this is plot 11. All right, continuing west, we're coming up to plot number 12. This is one of a couple that are incredibly hilly, almost mountainous, and you can kind of look at the outline of this wall to see that it is actually square-shaped, but it's just because of the elevation it looks so odd. But you've got a nice chunk of hill in here. Those torches on the southern end of that are 2 blocks in. So it looks like you've got maybe 2 through, say, 4, 5, or 6 blocks if you built up, that you could create a little house that looked out you'd have to build it up so it was all level with where those torches are, and then maybe dig right in there or do something along those lines. Nothing extra in this area as well. Okay, if I come south a little bit though, you'll see that there's a lot of water down here with swamps and lily pads just south of this. So, oh, and the other thing is, if you come over here, look at this wall. That's a solid sheer wall. Okay, there is no subway that runs underneath this outside sidewalk. So perhaps the person living here could build through, and you could actually have, windows that come out there. That natural-looking staircase on the left there actually is needed because, that's where there's an access gateway out into the, unprotected zone. Okay, so keep that one in mind as well. All right, now we're up to Lucky 13 here. Lucky 13 is nutso with the hills. Again, possibilities exist on, what kinds of things you can do in here. The lower left or the southwest corner looks like it might be a cave. It's not. It's just kind of, 1 or 2 blocks deeper than the rest of it. No trees here, so you'd have to get the trees from inside. Okay, but another one for people who really love the hills. Heading over to number 14. This one is kind of interesting. It's a swamp. You could live in a swamp. And as you see there, you've got access to having some squid. And because it's a swamp, one of the things that has changed in 1.4 is that slimes have the ability of spawning in. And believe me, they do spawn in. I have had to do battle with slimes a couple times. Head south a little bit and you've got even more swamp. Okay, so you'll have access to that as well. And you've even got a swamp tree, and if I come down a little bit more, you'll see that there are vines hanging off of it. A little bit of your own sugar cane and a tad bit of water to get you started. And it doesn't go very far, but it does go a little bit under that sidewalk. Not too much, but a little bit. The lighting is real strange in here because you're between biomes. So that little section in the northeast that looks real bright is actually in a different biome. So it's kind of wild to wander from one grass to another. It's the same daylight, it just kind of looks weird. And then the southwest corner of Dotoran City, closest to our gold beacon, has, oh my gosh, a whole lot of everything, really. I mean, a lot of water. You've got a bit of swamp biome in there, so you should be able to possibly get some slimes in there. Lots of sand. You actually butt up against a fairly large desert, so you've got that possibility as well. And you've got a nice little hill of sand. Maybe you turn that sand into sandstone and build some kind of a sandstone castle or something in there. Who knows? All right, we're going to start heading up now. That was plot 15. Here's plot 16 right here. Plot 16, again, no specials, no trees, but you've got a nice little hill up there, a little bit of sand in the corner. You even have a sheep and a pig to possibly get you started. They can get out, but it's only in one area of the wall, and I believe it's the area over where the flower pots are. So unless they wander over there, these guys may be in there when you get there. All right, again, that was number 16. All right, continuing north. This is directly west now, or almost directly west. That sidewalk at the top of the screen is directly west. This is plot 17. And again, it's got some nice trees, and it's got some possibilities. It's got that huge hill over there on the west that leads, or faces, the rest of town. So it's possible you could build something up there that looked outwards. That section on the bottom right is kind of interesting too, because I didn't do that. That was all natural, but it's almost a perfect rectangle. So maybe that's got some possibilities. I don't know. All right, we're heading up again. This should be number 18, I believe. And 18 is one of the others that are incredibly hilly. This one actually features 2 hills, so possibly 2 two little houses with a bridge between them or something. You've got a couple of trees. It looks like there might be a cave on the bottom center there, but actually it's not. It's just a little bit of exposed cobblestone, okay? But again, that one's got some possibilities. And then heading up, this should be the last one in the outer ring, and this is plot number 19. A lot of extra hills. There's another one of those interesting rectangular pieces down on the bottom right where the bed is located. You even got a little sheep in there. Got a couple of different kinds of trees. I think it's at least 2 different birches plus a bunch of oaks as well. And a lot of extra dirt if you need it. And then if we were to continue up, that would bring us back to plot number 1 next to the gold or the diamond beacon. Out to the west of these guys is nothing but a fairly intensive sized forest. So lots of natural trees, a lot of darkness if you like to monster hunt. You'll actually see over here though, you see where that zombie is and that water is? That actually leads underneath the sidewalk. So it's possible over here in plot 19, maybe you could dig through a little bit in the northwest corner, dig down a bit and tie yourself into that as well. All right, so if we just head east now, this is the plot that is labeled D on that map. This is my plot. You can actually see signs in the corners of the plot that let you know that that one is mine. And I've got a little cave that just kind of meanders down. I don't have any water or any other goodies, so I'm going to have to see what I can do. But I have plans on making a hill house that looks out over everything too. So we'll see what I can come up with. All right, heading to the east. This is the inner square, the ones that touch those public farms down there. You see that? Okay, so this is plot 20, and this inner square has already been chosen by a bunch of players, and at the end of the video I'm going to pop in their names. But I am going to describe them just in case one of those players decides they don't want to live in this one and they want to move out to one of the outer ones that just became available. This is plot 20. Fairly flat, a bunch of trees. There is a little bit of water down there that's got a little, I think it's got a little bit of a cave, not too much, but a little bit of a cave under there as well. Okay, so that's plot 20. Plot 21, if I remember, was, treeless. There isn't any trees in here, but look at this. He's right next to one of the tree gardens. I believe that is the birch tree garden. So he's got access to wood in the public farms as well. This one is actually fairly flat. So this might be cool for somebody that wants to build a very large house. Remember, these plots are 33 blocks by 33 blocks. So if you plan it out, you could possibly use the entire block to create a building, your own little mansion. It'll be kind of small, but you can build a pretty big structure in 33 blocks. All right. So again, that was number 21. Okay. This is number 22, which was the northeast corner of the inner square. And this is kind of hilly, got some trees at the bottom. It doesn't have access to any goodies from what I can remember. But again, possibilities for something on a hill. All right, heading south a bit, we have plot 23, which again is treeless. But it's got that interesting little depression in the upper left corner that, as I look at it, possibly you could get creative with water and maybe make a waterfall that ran from that upper plateau there down into a pond or something. And that might be something pretty to have people see or whatever. But I don't know, it's an interesting possibility. Plot 23, that is. All right. This is plot 24. A bunch of trees, fairly flat, no goodies from what I can remember. It is kind of dark in there, so if you take those torches out, be careful because that's prime area for bad guys to come in. So just be careful if you decide to grab up those torches. All right, again, that is plot 24. Heading south again, this is the lower rightmost one in the inner ring, plot 25. Has a bit of sand of its own. Again, a lot of trees, so be careful with grabbing your torches. This one, I believe, has the most birch trees in a single plot. I think there's 5 in there. But some interesting possibilities as well. All right, heading west now, we've got plot 26. And this one, if I remember correctly, does have a bit of a cave. And I'm getting long on video here, so I don't know if I want to go down there. I can't remember. It's this one or the next one. You know what? That's not fair for you guys, so let's come down. I just want to make sure it's not this one. I don't think there was... No. Okay, it's not this one. So this one is, again, very hilly. And I want to just get up there. There we go. It's very hilly, and it's right next to the jungle biome, or the jungle tree farm. Got some nice sized trees, a couple of animals. I see 3 pigs in there as well, and you know, possibilities, right? That's plot 26. Plot 27. This guy is the hill monster. I mean, I'd almost have to zoom out a little bit more just to kind of encompass the entire thing. This one here probably has the highest elevations for the majority of the property. It's got that neat depression that heads away from the center of town. Again, possibilities for waterfalls or things along those lines, heading down to, you know, that what is plot 13. So this is plot 27. Okay, heading over to the lower left corner is plot 28, which also has a lot of that high land, but it's only about half of it. And this one also has a really nice cave system underneath it. Not very expansive, but it's got, you know, possibilities for stuff that's already built out for you. All right, so check that one out too. It's plot 28. All right, heading north. We're almost done here. Heading north is plot 29. This one butts up against the spruce and the cocoa bean gardens, as well as plot 17 to the west. Again, nothing too special. It's got kind of a nice, you know, hill coming down to what is fairly flat for the majority of the property, and a couple of nice trees. And then the last one is plot 30, which is right next to the wheat garden and the oak garden. And again, this one has a couple of possibilities. You can see water down there. There is a bit of a cave system. If I come up here, you'll actually see that that is a little waterfall. It's not, you know, stagnant water. So that's kind of some interesting possibilities. Lots of trees down there, so be careful, especially in the middle. It was incredibly dark in there when I was putting it together. So you've got to just be careful there, okay? Okay, guys, I wanted to end this video talking a little bit about the fence that's going to keep us all safe. I'm over here by the diamond beacon, and as we can see, we've got a buddy out here. I've decided to put in double gates instead of doorways because the zombies can get in the doorways. And the reason I have 2 in here is because I learned a semi-valuable lesson when it comes to that dude. They can shoot you through the top one if it's open. Okay? These gates have torches all the way along to keep it very well lit. I put this gate here so that you don't get too close to that, because if you happen to find a creeper out here, you're close enough so that he could blow up. Okay? So if you need to get back here because you want to, you know, take some pot shots at bad guys or whatever, do it carefully. You have access right where they connect by the doorways to come in and out. But on a normal basis, you know, your sidewalk is here. It's got the gate right here to keep us far enough away from this fence so that we can see what's going on. It's a neat fence. It's fairly basic. It's just a cobblestone stair with a cobblestone fence that is 1 block in. Now what's interesting is that that fence is 1 block above the ground. So if you have a spider out there, that spider can't climb the fence. And I have yet to see a spider come in here, and actually I don't think he can. It might not be big enough for him to get in there. All right. In this chest are the stuff you would need to fix the fence if a creeper was to damage a portion of the fence. So worst case scenario, you've got supplies, and that chest exists in front of every doorway. Every beacon corner has 2 ways out, and every little sidewalk that comes out also has a gateway. So here's one of the ones that's not in the corner. They're all identical, so it's real easy to figure them out, okay? And again, that's keeping us safe. All right? Okay, I'm going to end this video showing an overview map of which players have already staked a claim to the original plots. They may swap plots once they see this video because the new plots did not exist when they originally chose. All right, so here's that last map. And again, I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.